Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our Muse webinar exclusive with Visit Anguilla and Quintessence Hotel. We are so excited to show you today a great destination in the Caribbean West Indies, a beautiful island with amazing events, amazing F&B, and such great opportunities for luxury hospitality. My name is Julian Thomas. I am based in Washington, D.C., but I have had spent 2 weeks in Anguilla, the first week of December, the first week of June, and they were both amazing. So, fantastic opportunity. Once you visit this island, it will be the only island you want to go to in the Caribbean. So, let's see if you feel the same way after our presenters present. So, we will begin with Cone Richardson. Welcome, Cone. He's joining us with Visit Anguilla. Thank you. And if you can please share your presentation, we'll go ahead and get started.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, greetings, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well wherever you are. And it is an absolute pleasure to share a beautiful nugget of paradise with you guys and what we have to offer. I'm honored to be accompanied with Dave, who would be telling you more about the Quintessence, their property as well, which is a part of the beautiful product that we have in Anguilla. So just gonna make sure everything is ready. Perfect. All
Perfect.
right, so welcome to Anguilla. Uh, Anguilla is known for lots of things. For those who know it, we do pride ourselves in being the hidden gem of the Northeastern Caribbean. But it seems as if folks are finding that out a little bit faster than we thought. So Anguilla has been voted number one Caribbean island 4 years in a row. That is a phenomenal feat. It really speaks to the curated experiences that we offer in Anguilla, its exclusivity, and also the warmth and friendliness of the people. So we have been voted number one island 2017, 18, 19, 20, and 2025. So Anguilla has, as I said, Anguilla has been voted number one island in the Caribbean by Travel and Leisure for 2025. And that was a great accolade to end the year for us, contributing to one of our best seasons on record. So some of the properties that we have that has also been recognized by Travel and Leisure are Capchaluca, 27 Best Caribbean Resort, Malliahana, 7 Best Caribbean Resort, and Zemi Beach, 23rd Best Caribbean Resort. So as you can see, there are a lot of heavy hitters as to um, the products that we have in Anguilla and exactly the mark that they leave on the industry. So Anguilla, British Caribbean, where are we? Which is a $1 million question. Where can you find us? So from this map, you can see that we're located in the northeastern Caribbean, very close to Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and one of our main gateways, Saint Martin. So Anguilla is a little nugget. It is 16 miles long by 3 miles wide. But within that, we know that great gifts come in small packages. So here are a bit of facts about Anguilla. So we're British Caribbean. So we're overseas dependent territory. As I said, very small. So we're 35 square miles. You can get around the island in less than 30 minutes from west to east coast. If you just want a quick flash of everything. The currency that we use, legal tender acceptable, is Eastern currency dollar, but the US dollar is widely accepted. The time difference, we're at Atlantic Standard Time. And the most requested question that we guess, yes, we drive on the left. Um, it's a two lane island. So trust me, you won't get lost, and it's very simple and direct. Our climate around year round is about 26 degrees Celsius, which is 80 Fahrenheit. Really doesn't surpass that pillar. So what we pride ourselves in is barefoot luxury. Anguilla is really that place where you can be yourself while enjoying all our luxury offerings and really taking up what the island has to offer in terms of its presence and its vibration. So with the option of 33 exclusive beaches, it all are public, but in any beach that you go on, it feels as if it's exclusively yours. There's no mass tourism, no cruise ship tour, no mega cruise ship tourism. So the island's frequency and the volume of people that you can find on a beach on any given day, it's very small. So Anguilla is a naturally beautiful place, for more than one reason, in my opinion. As being a product of the soil and growing up here, um, I've seen how Anguilla has just really made its mark as being one of the Caribbean's most beautiful gems. Part of that would form from our limestone composition, as we are a limestone island. So as you can see, islands around us are mountainous. We're the one that stands out with that limestone topography, and it gives us that beautiful, pristine blue water that you see in the photos that are not rendered. That is actually what you see when you fly in. And to Anguilla's beauty, the most beautiful part about Anguilla is the people. We definitely understand that we have something special, and it is indeed a joy to share that with our guests and our visitors who choose to spend their time with us here in Anguilla. We get a natural joy, we get a natural high out of sharing this beautiful island with those who dare to research and find and try something new, and you figure out that Anguilla is a place that you never knew you needed to visit. That's my favorite part, just having seen the wow factor on our visitor's face, through having that authentic experience in Anguilla. Our culinary, one of my favorite parts growing up here is being able to see your food being caught, cleaned, and harvested right in front of you. I think that is as organic as it gets in any experience. To have your local crayfish, snapper fish, if you're a lover of the sea, we have 200 nautical miles to the north of us, open water belonging to Anguilla, where we source the freshest seafood you can imagine. And the guys on ground are chefs who have international experience, but roots are deeply sourced in Anguilla's soil, have found just the most elegant ways of creating these unique experiences, these unique cuisine experiences, mixing the international flavor with our island roots. And it is some of the most delicious food that you would taste. I can tell you about it, but it's something that you would just have to experience. Angola, as it fits many pillars of exclusivity. Romance, I would say, is one of the main characteristics about Angola that stands out. We're a very romantic destination. So for your clients who are celebrating honeymoons, anniversary, baby moons, it is a perfect destination to commemorate those anniversaries. Amazing exclusive settings, with an array of curated experiences that you can have. Another million-dollar question. Getting to Anguilla, how do you get here? And probably some years ago, it would have been a complicated math question. But and getting to Anguilla is the easiest it has ever been, and you have many options of getting to our lovely island. So, out of the United States, we have four main gateways which offer direct service to Anguilla, namely their Newark area. We have Baltimore and the Washington area. We have Miami and Boston. So those are the four main gateways that offer direct flights straight into Anguilla, which has made it even more accessible and easier. Very inviting for anyone to get to Anguilla. And some of those carriers, well, the direct flight carriers would be Anguilla and American Airlines. You can also get here from Puerto Rico, as we know that's a major gateway, a major connector from the United States as well. And we do have direct flight from Puerto Rico over to Anguilla. Also, what remains a very popular option, but other than getting to Anguilla, it's almost as if you just have an extended journey in terms of seeing the most beautiful parts of French, Dutch, and then over to the British island of Anguilla. Via boat ride, you can get it to Saint Martin, and strangely enough, when you land in Saint Martin, there's a ferry terminal within the vicinity of the airport, which you'd be transferred, luxury vehicle, of course, and escorted to your shared charter, which is more like the most scenic route to get to Anguilla. I personally enjoyed having a rum punch on my way over from St. Martin to Anguilla. The fresh sea breeze and the salt that splashes up, it's one of the most romantic entries that you can possibly have. Still one of my favorites, but of course, for those who want the convenience, the direct airlift into Anguilla is on and popping right now. Here are a few tourism investments that we've undergone over the past year. So, with the development of our new international airport terminal, the Clayton J. Lloyd International Airport, we are able to accommodate more than we have ever had in previous years in the history of Anguilla. So, as I said, with this new terminal, we are able to accommodate four international direct flights from four major gateways, the Boston, Baltimore, New York, and Miami. And looking at the extension plan into 2028, 2020, 2030, and 2042, we're looking at the extension of the runway within the next 2 to 3 years. Also, the terminal has capacity to expand as well. Should there be need to expand our routes from maybe the Midwest or upper North, um, those are viable options and the investments currently being taken place to further put Anguilla out there. Also, we have, which has been popular for years, for your more private clientele, who would wish to travel via private jets. The new FBO terminal is in place, and that should be coming on board, in the latter part of this year, making transfers for your private clientele even more easier than it has been in the past. So as I said, here are a few of our carriers interregional as well. If you're in another island and you would like to get to Anguilla, these are the carriers that you can expect: Cape Air, Trans-Anguilla, Anguilla Air Services, Sky High, plus our direct out of Miami. So as I said, and I touched on this, the Anguilla Air routes run from Boston, Newark, and Baltimore. Really great for up north clients. Also, some new exciting developments happen in Anguilla. We are a very sought after destination for luxury yachts. We've had many famous luxury yachts and yacht owners moored at our shore. And now we will have the development of Anguilla's first marina. As you can imagine, this will attract the best of the best to the island, as we've already been, you know, having all these luxury yachts coming parking at our shore. The development of that marina will definitely be an added bonus to those who wish to spend more time with us, and also creating another avenue and option of our ocean tourism. So these are the down to earth, really feet on ground experiences that you can expect in Angola. So we have cave tours, the Little Bay experience, which is like a famous hangout spot for those who want something exclusive. You go there on a random Wednesday on a boat charter, and it's like pulling up to a private party. Few boats there, everyone's hanging out, chilling, enjoying themselves. It's really a sight to behold. Some of the most breathtaking views that you would ever see. So soft adventures and island hopping, kayaking, all of your non-motorized water sports, you can expect to find here. Exploring the sea, as I said, the ocean is a huge part of the culture of Anguilla. From our fishing to our activities, our national sport being boat racing. The sea exploration is one of the things that we we pride ourselves in, and exploring the beauty around Anguilla is absolutely amazing. My personal favorite experience as well. Within Anguilla, there are a few offshore keys, namely Sandy Island, Prickly Pear, Silly Key, most of which have restaurants on them. So for a getaway, if you would just like to leave the island but stay within our vicinity, you have these offshore key offerings if you want to escape for the day, have lunch with the family. It's a beautiful experience where you can just chill, lounge, and you're on another island and you don't even require a passport. Steal of a deal for me. So, like I said, excursions and guided tours. Anguilla is very untouched. As much as we promote luxury and we are a luxury destination, we are still very much untouched and very virgin in terms of land. So there's a lot of caves, roads, pathways with natural elements that are worth knowing for those of your clients who are more into nature artifacts and learning the history of our little limestone rock. Exploring by land, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Like I said, 16 miles long by 3 miles wide. You can explore the island via rental in a day. It's very easy. Comes with a map, and you also have well technology with Google Maps and Maps. Um, you really can't get lost. And if all else fails, there's always a friendly local at the next corner willing to guide and direct you as to wherever you need to go. So just some scenery of what you can expect in Anguilla. Really all of our highlights and what we offer, like the night kayaking, personal favorite of mine with FAMs. You see a lot of ocean life during that time as well. Traditional sailing, as I mentioned, sailing is our national sport, so we love to observe our beautiful land uh, through the eyes, through the vantage point of the water. Also, we have a state-of-the-art tennis facility in Anguilla, which offers pickleball as well. Really great facility if you're staying maybe at a standalone villa that doesn't have the use of a tennis court. This is a great option for you. Anguilla also has Greg Norman 9 and 18 hole golf course, which was voted number three last year in the Caribbean and well on its way to number one. So this is at the only resort that has the golf course, Aurora Golf Resort and Spa. Um, Perfect for families, perfect for kids, multi-generational families as well. And who wouldn't love to stay there? Our dive industry, which has been very popular over the past 4 to 5 years, with our shipwrecks and the marine history that we have under the water, you would not believe the type of adventures that these guys go out on and explore the ecosystem of our marine life down there. Now, to wrap it up, our cultural experiences, which really knits together the community and further encourages that growth within Angola. Not only the growth of tourism, but the growth of having great personal relationships with one another and really pushing forth that warmth that makes Ireland what it is. We have our Angola Culinary Festival coming up, which would be from May 13th to 18th of this year. It's a very highly anticipated event where we have some of our best local chefs and guest chefs come in to make some of the best cuisine that you will absolutely ever taste. Mixology, culinary. It is really a festival of food. And one thing in Angola, we love good food. We love it. Anguilla Summer Festival, which happens during the ending of July into August. It's our carnival. So this is where you see all the local elements come out in terms of our queen shows, in terms of our boat races, celebrations, Juve morning. This is where if you have clients or if you want them to witness the backbone of Angolan culture, this is the perfect time for that. and it's also before that shoulder season, so prices are attractive as well. Moon Splash, Banky Banks, which is Anguilla's living legend, has been hosting Moon Splash for over 36 years. We just concluded the 36, yeah, 35th anniversary of Moon Splash back in March, and it was very well attended. It's a really good vibe for those of your music fanatics who are looking for that type of atmosphere to really relax and enjoy, the good vibrations, good music, good drinks, good people. Really great festival. And I attended this one last Easter weekend. I had a lot of fun, had a lot of fresh fish. Festival Del Mar. It's the Festival of the Sea, which takes place at the fishing village in Anguilla um, Island Harbor, and some of the best catches that you can have. Even tried lionfish for the first time, so you can find the most exotic catches over there as well. Those guys clean it, catch it, clean it, prepared for you, and even have a shot on the bar, all for the culture.
And while the video's playing, I just spent spring break in Mexico and I love to snorkel. And I went out in the water. I saw a turtle and a manta ray, but the conditions in the water were just really sad, really sad. And when I was in Anguilla, I think the non-motorized sports makes a big difference to the marine life. There is so much
Absolutely.
opportunity to actually see the animals in an environment that looks natural versus what I experienced, where they were just searching everywhere for food. So if you have snorkelers or anyone that's into sustainability, I believe that this is a fantastic destination for that.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more, Julian. Recently I visited Mexico as well, and I was reminded why we limit motorized sports as much as we do, and it's really to
Mhm.
protect what we have.
Yes, absolutely. And I know that when you guys were looking for a location for the yacht club, it took years and years just because you're so focused on the sustainability and making sure that the location wouldn't interrupt the wildlife. So that's a great value to have on your island.
Absolutely. The voice of the people speaks stronger to whatever they can profit off of. We have a duty to protect here, and the sustainability is what matters at the end of the day. We want guests to keep on coming back to a sustainable Anguilla. So it's important to us because it's important to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Well, we learned a lot about the island, and now we're going to get hyper focused to visit one of the properties. So I would love to introduce you to Dave Lyon. Welcome, Dave. Dave is here with Quintessence, which is a Relais and Chateaux property. So if you're or if your clients are in love with art and culture and just this high-end living, Dave has got the product for you. Welcome, Dave.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. My name, again, is Dave Lyon. I'm Director of Business Development for Quintessence Hotel. And basically, I'm responsible for distribution and marketing for the property. And that includes the all travel agent relations. Um, I've worked with Anguilla and have a love for Anguilla. I've been working with properties and the tourist board on the island since 2003. And I've retired, but I couldn't get away from Anguilla. So I'm working as a consultant with Quintessence. And it's great to keep myself connected to the beautiful island I love, as well as to my colleagues in the travel industry. Just a little bit about our property. There comes a point when we see many, many people that have been to Anguilla, travelers that have returned year after year, and they've gone to some of the celebrated resorts that were mentioned earlier, Captaluca, Malehana, and the likes. And at one point, they are looking for something a little different. And for many of them, that leads them to Quintessence Hotel, what we call the Tropical Grand Mansion. We get a lot of people that will come down with their hotel stay elsewhere and come over for dinner and be interested in the property. And the next thing you know, we see them coming as our guests just for a change. We're not really here to compete with the other properties. We're something that's very different for Anguilla. We're only 12 suites total. So we're an alternative choice for your clients. We've got a lot of great relations in the travel industry, and we thank you. Thank you for anyone here who's been working with us, for your trust with your clients. And then for those of you that are discovering us for the first time, what I'd like to really express is that Quintessence is less than a hotel, less of a hotel, and more of a hidden retreat. We're on the unspoiled sands of Long Beach. Long Beach is very secluded. I'm not sure if Cone mentioned, but none of the beaches in Anguilla are private beaches. But we're just about as secluded as you get, just because there's not a lot of access. There's no other hotels on Long Bay. There's a couple of private villas. So when our guests go down to the beach, they may see a few guests from next door or down the way, but it's going to be pretty much their own beach. Um, we're a member of Relais Châteaux. And we hope that when our guests come, their experience shows that we reflect a devotion to art, a devotion to culture, and to culinary expression, some of the pillars that Anguilla surely is built on. I'll be going through the PowerPoint, but you'll see that we have museum quality artwork. And that is in both the common spaces and the guest rooms. Jeffrey Feiger, who is the owner of the resort, has the largest collection of Haitian art outside of Haiti. And so it's quite a special place as that goes. When the clients who've already experienced the island's icons, as I said, find something special here. So I'm going to start taking you through the PowerPoint, which will, give you a little bit of what our experience is like, show you some of our suites, the options that are available, the dining. Although we're only a 12 suite hotel, we have most of the amenities you'll find at a full-size, full grand resort. So the health and wellness with our spa, our yoga pavilion and things you'll see. So let's, without any further ado, get started on this. There we go. There we go. Okay, so this is the front view of the property, and as you see, it doesn't look like your typical hotel. We are on a hillside. The parcel of land although we're a bit above on the hillside, we are directly connected to the beach. The owner's the owner's villa is directly in front of the hotel, and there's a path that goes directly below our formal gardens to the beach. Oops, there we go. This is the flip side of the property. One of the things, with only 12 suites, you'll find that none of the rooms are on the same hallway. None of the rooms look alike. They're all positioned a little differently. So just for example, where you see those people on the top floor looking over the glass balcony, that is our penthouse suite. The entire top floor is the penthouse. It's a 2-bedroom, which we'll see a little bit later. And then some of our other suites are located on the sides. You'll see where the terraces are. And our oceanfront terraces all have, a little sitting area as well as table and chairs for dining. And then you see the pool and the pool deck very clearly there. This is our lobby. The lobby is decorated very traditional Caribbean-like. There's some bamboo style furniture, a little reflection from the Pacific. But we offer bright, colorful flavors and metal artwork that's from Haiti, as well as the artwork that you see there. This is just some of the art throughout the property. Um, the art is the collection of all the great artists, the great masters of Haiti. Okay, so this is the view from the penthouse, actually. So this gives you an idea of how close we actually are to the beach, but it also gives you an idea of the views that you have from Quintessence. We are just above the level of the palm trees, so you've got great views of the sea, as well as the property and the beach in front of you. Off to the left, you'll see our little whimsical chess set. It's a full size. People carry it around, and they can have a little fun game of chess at the pool. I had mentioned our formal garden, so right from the pool deck, you'll have a stair down to the formal garden. It's a great place to read a book, just relax. There's a yoga pavilion on the level of the garden as well. And it's just a very tranquil setting. To the right, you'll see that little path I was talking about. It's probably 200, 150 feet long, and you're right on the sand. A little bit, we talked about the beach in on Long Bay, again, very secluded. We do have a beachfront restaurant named Coral. It serves light fare throughout the day up until 5 o'clock at night. And there is beach service. All of the beach chairs are set up in early in the morning based on the number of guests that are on property. Oops. There's our Coral restaurant. That's actually just the bar on the beach shack. To the right of it, there's seating for about 28 persons, nice and shaded to get out of the sun for a little lunch. We have a number of category rooms. We originally opened with nine rooms, which were all in the main building of the hotel. The rooms below on this side are our garden view rooms. There's three of them, and two of them have patios and decks that go directly to the garden. So they're quite lovely, shaded, and very tranquil to stay in. That is the lower category of the rooms within the mansion. And then we get to our luxury suites. There's three luxury suites which are in the mansion. Two of them are on the main floor. One is on the second floor. They look like that room on the top left, and you can see the open patio, wide doors facing the sea. We've got beautiful, lovely walk-in closets and lovely marble bathrooms. I didn't think you needed to see all of them though. We've got also one luxury premium suite, which is essentially a one-bedroom suite, and you can see the living area of that suite down on the lower left. Oops, there we go. Then we have our penthouse accommodation, the Joseph Penthouse. As I had mentioned, it's a two-bedroom penthouse. Both are master suites. They're nearly identical, one on each side of the salon. And it's got a gorgeous covered terrace, very expansive across the whole width of the living area. The furniture you can see is a little different here. As I said, everything's, individual. In the penthouse, we've gone with a little more of a colonial style furnishings. And you see, a lot of antiques and again, the metalwork and the artwork throughout the rooms. Okay. As far as culinary goes, I had mentioned our Coral restaurant, which is beachside. We also have Julian's. Julian's is one of the more well-known restaurants on the island as far as hotel restaurants. We've got quite a bit of accolades. We've got an award-winning wine cellar. Chef Dominique has been with us since opening, and he's an Anguillian, adopted Anguillian. He's been on the island for quite a while. The cuisine that he offers is a French-inspired cuisine, melded with the flavors of the island. The restaurant, you can't see much of it from here, but it's off to the right behind the greenery. There are views of the sea, and we can do private dining poolside or pretty much anywhere else on the property. This is just a nice little setup. We often get families or groups that will want to have a little private dinner, and we can do it there for a mid-sized group. My finger's slipping. Sorry, guys. As far as wellness and activities on property, we have a tennis court that's at the top of the property. It's also adaptable for pickleball, which obviously is very popular. There's a fitness center, nice size for the number of rooms that we have. There's a separate men's and women's locker room, all with saunas. And then we do have the Aiden Spa. The spa is actually got 3 treatment rooms and as well as 8 outdoor treatments. We bring our technicians in. We don't have employees that run the spa. We're a little too small for that. But with the great spas on the island that like Maliahana and Four Seasons and Kapjalluka, we have the advantage of bringing those technicians over and for on their days off, basically. So they love it. They get a little different experience, and we've got the benefits of the best on the island. Off to the right, you see our yoga pavilion. We also have a boutique on the property, Keeney's Bikinis. That was created by one of the founders of the Tommy Bahama brand, working with our owners. It's a lovely little shop with some nice takeaways. And that gives you a little bit of a visual on the property. A couple of takeaways that I'd like you to go with, some reasons to book Quintessence, and particularly this spring as the summer weather is breaking. Spring's one of the most rewarding seasons in Anguilla. The water temperature is warm, and it's still lovely air temperature. So it's a great time of the year to come. Most people, think that it's just a winter destination, but the reality is that it's only high season in the winter because people are getting away from the cold. But it's a great time to come year round. Also, this time of year, there's a lot of authentic celebrations, a lot of culture that you'll see, which Conant mentioned with, some of the food festivals. And we'll be going into late July, we'll be going into the summer festival. And on May 30th, we've got Anguilla Day. So there's a lot going on at this time of the year. We stand out, Quintessence stands out again as among the Caribbean's most intimate luxury accommodations. I didn't have any slides to show you, but the 3 additional buildings, suites that we have are in a separate building, which is adjacent to the property, and they're some of our more moderately priced accommodations. But we embrace that residential feel and the warmth of the service that we offer. And let's see what else we've got. I've got to flip pages here. We've got the cultural, the culinary experiences. Aside from the 2 restaurants, we have, as I mentioned, we have an award-winning wine cellar. We actually have a wine cellar as well as a separate champagne cellar. And we do tastings in the cellars and private dinners there as well. And then we've got our spring promotions, which are never in effect during the high season, but kicked in mid-April. Quintessence, for any of the rooms in the mansion, we offer a stay 7 nights and only pay for 5. and in also stay 4 nights and only pay for three. So it's a great value time of the year. So if you're looking for your clients for a refined Caribbean luxury, attentive personal service, and serene beachfront atmosphere, Quintessence on Long Bay offers one of Anguilla's most distinctive boutique resort experience, making it especially attractive choice for April through July. And I want to thank you all for your attention. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me. We'll get that information out to you.
Well, I have a question that I think you can answer right now. What's the walkability of the beach? Are they able to walk to other beach bars, restaurants from the property?
On the beach itself, yeah, the beach is about 1 mile long. So there's not any other beach bars or services on the beach, but it's a lovely, lovely beach to walk down. The Many of the agents may be familiar with Long Bay Villas, which was once the what was it? The Temenos many years ago. That's anchors the other side of the island of the beach. And if you know, as far as the location, I didn't talk about either, because not many people know about Little Long Bay, but we're adjacent to Meads Bay. So while you can't see it from our hotel, if you go right around the peak of the island to the east, you'll run into Maliahana, very close to Meads Bay and a lot of the other restaurants on the island.
So where on the island are you located? Is it West End, North?
We are on the west end,
West End. Okay.
northwest.
All right. Susan was asking. Great. Perfect. Well, if you have any more questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, we are very pleased to have met you, Dave. Thank you for introducing us to Quintessence. But just to let you guys know, when I was there in June, it was a whole different experience from December. When you go in the slow season, you're going to meet the locals, and the locals are what really made our stay. I mean, I got invited to go play dominoes with their family at a bar, and while I didn't take it up, I did end up bumping into those same folks later, and they still invited me to go somewhere else the next day with their family. And I felt that it was just the warmest island welcome. So definitely go to Anguilla, visit Anguilla. Susan, thank you for your questions. Meg, thank you for joining us. And I do have a webinar tomorrow if you guys would like to join me at noon. We are going to Spain, in Menorca and Madrid, and we're going to Italy. So join me to meet the Font Neil Collection, Torrevella, and Santa Ponsa on Menorca. We're going to VP Plaza in Madrid. We're going to Palazzo Ripetta in Rome, to Torre Spanda in the Amalfi Coast, and then to the Gibe Terme Hotel in Albano. So I hope to see you guys tomorrow at noon. Thank you, Dave and Cohen, for joining us today. And don't forget to visit Anguilla soon, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.